What's new, Poke Crew? It is your turn, Crowbat here, and you are watching Your Turn Central. Now, before I get started, please make sure you go into my description, make sure you click on the links for the Pokemon groups, make sure you show Poke Town some U-Turn love. Now, I am bringing you another Wi-Fi battle, this time against the Lord Firo. The Lord Firo is another YouTuber. His link will be in my description. And I am bringing my whole new team, like I had stated before. I am bringing my Arcanine, Noivern, my Big Vito, my Alakazam, my Tangrowth, and my Blissey. Let's get right down to it. This was an amazing battle. Amazing! Because I've been wanting to face the Lord Vero for a little while now, and so I just was randomly clicking on people to face and everything, and I saw that he was on, so I'm like, sure, why not? And he accepted, so this is it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So I ended up going out into my Arcanine when he goes out into Starmanitan because I didn't really care who he threw out because I wanted to get my Intimidate off. And so he ends up going onto his Coffin, his Configuragus. And I switch out because I don't really want to take anything this Coffin has to throw. So I end up going onto my Blissey because I want to try and see what he has to do. So I end up scouting him using my Protect. And he ends up going for the Infestation. And I do not want my Blissey taking that, so I end up going on my Tangrowth, which proves to be a smart move for me because my Tangrowth can take the Infestation pretty damn well. And so he ends up using the Calm Mind first, unfortunately for me, because his powers and everything, his attacks, just kind of get risen and his defense get risen, and that causes problems for me. But I end up using my Leech Seed because I want to try and get as much damage off. I want to try and get as much damage as I can from off on this Configurator. So he ends up using Infestation on me with the Calm Mind, which does more than what I want. But at this point, you know, my Tangrowth is just stuck in here, so there's really not much I can do. So I might as well just, you know, live with it. I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta try and take this Coffin out. And so, with that being said, I end up getting my Left's Recovery, and I do get hit with the Infestation, which just sucks because I can't do anything. I can't switch out or anything. But I end up using the knockoff because one, he's weak to a dark. Two, I want to try and get his health item just off of him. Unfortunately, not that it really matters, but my ability Regenerator does get mummified, and I mean it sucks. But like I said, it doesn't really matter because it's not like I can switch out. You know, the Infestation is keeping me in there. Either that or Shadow Tag? Guys, I really don't know. Just let me know. I don't know. So he ends up getting hurt with the Leech Seed, and I get my HP recovery, but the thing is, I'm just getting attacked by what, these ants? I don't even know what they are, but I end up using the Growth because I want to try and get my special attack and attack, whatever else, risen, just because I want to try and take this Configuragus out. I don't want this thing staying in here any longer than it has to. So he ends up using the Willow on me, which sucks, but at this point, my Tangrowth has been doing an amazing job just staying in there. So I'm going to applaud my Tangrowth for just sticking in there. He's such a trooper. So I end up, you know, getting my HP back from the Leech Seed while he loses some of his HP. But as you can see, I get burned from the Willow, and so I end up getting hurt from all those ants, the infestation of those ants, whatever you want to call them. And I end up using my Growth because I need to take this Coffin out. I need to because he's just causing too many problems for me. So he ends up using another Infestation on me, which it does more because he uses the Calm Mind, and I'm just getting really scared. I'm just getting really scared because I don't want my Tangrowth going down. But he does live for another day because I end up getting Leech Seed recovery, but at the same time I do get burned, and that just sucks because I am getting attacked by these tiny little microscopic ants. And the reason why I am going for an EQ right now instead of another knockoff is simply because I was worried that for whatever reason he was going to switch out, and I did not want him going into a Pokemon that could take a knockoff, so I wanted to try and get an EQ safely. And unfortunately it does not take the Coffin out, but the Leech Seed does, and that's just awesome because I need that HP back for 1 and 2. I did not want to put up with I did not want to put up with the Configuragus any longer. So he ended up going out into his Infernape, and I switched out because I want to try I want to try and keep my Tangrowth. I mean, not that it really matters because I can't get any of my HP back from my regenerator because it's mummified now, which, you know, it sucks. But he ends up getting intimidated by my Arcanine when he uses the T-Punch, the Thunder Punch. And it does not do much to me at all, which is just awesome because my Arcanine, my Bulkanine, it's not called Bulkanine for no reason. You know, he's pretty bulky, so he was able to take that like a champ. So he ends up withdrawing and goes out into his Megatron. Megatron is in the house! And so I end up using the Protect, just kind of scouting, but obviously it doesn't really work. But it's fine because I don't really need the Protect to kind of scout what this thing is going to do, because I am able to switch out safely and go into my Tangrowth. Now, I am switching out into my Tangrowth just to sack it off, because at this point, there's really no reason to keep my Tangrowth in, because one, look how low HP it has, and two, there's really not a whole lot he can really do because he's so slow. So I'm just gonna sack him off right here because he can't really do much at this point. So with that being said, the Megatron does end up using the Head Smash, taking my Tangrowth out, which is perfectly fine because I end up going out into my Arcanine and getting the Intimidate off, which is awesome because I know what did I want to say? How dangerous, you know, Agrons can be, because I have one. I don't really face a lot of them, but I do have one. So he ends up using the Head Smash on my Blissey, which does more than what I'm comfortable for, but he does lose all the HP, which is fantastic, because I want to be able to switch into a Pokemon and just take the Aggron out right there. So he withdraws, and I'm gonna say that when he withdraws, I'm just gonna try and go for a Seismic Toss because one, I can get some damage off of Aggron with the Seismic Toss if he had not switched out. Two, I can get damage off on Zed, the Bisharp. So it's a win-win for me because I don't really, I'm just gonna Seismic Toss everything that's in my path at this point because I am doing some decent amount of damage. Now he does switch out into his Lantern, which is a safe play because his Lantern could just take that like a boss. I forgot how bulky Lanterns can be. I mean, I have one and it's just as bulky. It's pretty good, but his is able to take the Seismic Toss, which is awesome. He ends up using the Skull on my Blissey, and unfortunately for him, he does not get the burn, and I do end up getting the Toxic off on him. Now, that was a risk. He very well could have switched out into his Aggron or into his Bisharp, and my Toxic would not have really worked for me all that well, you know? So I did take a risk by doing that, but it was a risk that I needed to take. So he ends up using the T-Ball on my Blissey, and it does not do much to me because my Blissey is just a bulky girl. So I end up using the Seismic Toss again, just to get some damage off, because any damage is good damage. I don't really care how much my Seismic Toss does. Any damage is good damage as far as I'm concerned. Because look at what I was able to do with the Lantern plus the Toxic. I was able to get it down where I can easily just try and take it out later on in the battle. So he ends up going out into his Darmanitan, and at this point, I'm just going to try and get some HP back. So I end up using my Wish, because, like I said, I want to try and stay in here as long as I can. So hopefully the Wish, my mindset was that hopefully the Wish will just kick in soon. But unfortunately for me, it does not, because I just barely used it. And he does take my Blissey out with a Brick Break, which is whatever. I guess it's fine, because his Darmanitan is just pretty awesome. So I end up going out into my Arcanine, just to get the Intimidate off, because I know what this Darmanitan can do, so I don't want him doing much damage, So he ends up withdrawing, and he goes out into his Megatron, and I end up using my Flare Blitz, because at that point, I was just going to either attack his Darmanitan, get some more damage off, or attack his Bisharp or his Megatron, So, but luckily for me, I do get the burn, which does help me a lot. I don't really get burns all that much when I use my Flare Blitz. So I was lucky. I was a lucky duck to get that burn off on the Megatron because it does take Aggron out, which is awesome, because I do not want to put up with that Aggron anymore. So he ends up going out into his Zed, his Bishop, while I am able to take a Sucker Punch right here. I'm not really sure what item it's holding, but I am lucky that my Arcanine is bulky because I don't know if I would have lived that normally. And I end up using the Flare Blitz on the Zed, on the Bishop, and taking him out right there. And I am so happy that I was able to because I know what Bishops can do, and they're just horrible Pokemon to face up against. So I'm just so proud of my Boltgun that he was able to take that Sucker Punch. So awesome job, Arcanine. Awesome job. I'll give you a treat when you come home. So he ends up going out into his Infernape, but I end up using Protect, so I want to scout what he's going to do. He ends up using the Close Combat, and it does not do anything because, like I said, I did use my Protect. At this rate, though, if he does decide to take my Arcanine out, it's fine because I was able to take a couple of his Pokemon out, which is what I wanted to do. But luckily for me, I am living with 1 HP. I end up using the Flare Blitz on the Infernape just to get some damage off. Because like I said, any damage is good damage. I don't really care what anyone else says. Because quite frankly, if you're resistant to it, but if you're holding a Life Orb or a Choice Band, and if you're going to attack a Pokemon that is resistant to you, you can still do some damage. I don't really care, you know, what kind of damage it is. Any damage is good damage. I'm going to leave it at that. But he ends up going out into his Lantern, and I do miss with my Air Slash when I go out into my Noivern. Luckily for me, I am able to get the Air Slash right here. My plan was to try and flinch him, and I completely forgot that putting Ice Beam on a Lantern was a thing. I completely forgot. I was so sad to see my Noivern go, and I was so stupid to forget that, because I could just use my Noivern later in the battle if he had not gone down, you know? So, I end up going out into my Big Vito, my Honchkrow, and he switches out, which is a safe play. A very safe play, because his Lantern could have gone down. Now, he ends up going out into his Darmanitan, and I do use my Sucker Punch, but it does fail. But I end up doing it again, because I want to try and get some damage off, and I just barely take him out. He is living with probably about 3 HP right here, and he does take my Honchkrow out right here with the Flare Blitz, but he does go down to the Flare Blitz Recoil, which is fantastic because it just gives me that advantage because I am one Pokemon ahead of him, I believe. He ends up going out into his Lantern, and I go into my Alakazam. At this point, I'm thinking I should probably just Mega Evolve because I'm this, you know, might as well at this point. You're right. I can't really go down to the Lantern, and so I end up Mega Evolving, and I end up trying to just to kind of scout him because I didn't know if he was going to switch out, you know. So the reason why I used Psychic, one was just to take him out, and two, if he had gone out into another Pokemon, then I just would have used Psychic. So it was just a win-win for me. I just wanted to play smart, that's all. He ends up using the Mach Punch on me, which does not take me out, luckily, because I don't know, like, I know I'm weak to it, so I'm just kind of, I may be resistant to it, I forget, I'd have to check that, but I do take the Infernape out with my Psychic, which is awesome. I am so happy how this battle played out, because not that I'm happy that I won, I mean, I am happy that I won, but I am so happy that this battle was just an amazing, hard-fought battle. Lord Vero, my dude, you gave me your all. You gave me everything you had and change. So, I am so glad that I was able to battle you. You and I are definitely going to have more battles in the future. So you better prepare for that, because I'm going to challenge you like there's no tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoy this battle. I really hope you guys enjoy this battle, actually. And I hope you guys go into my description. Make sure you click on the links for the Pokemon groups. Make sure you show Poketown some return love, because they have been supporting me through thick and thin, through everything I have been through. So I love that group so much. I want you guys to go support that group and any other groups I have listed, because all those groups are great. So thank you, Lord Vero, for such an amazing battle. And I want you guys to Arceus to him, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I want you guys to Arceus to me. You know, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will be bringing more Wi-Fi battles to you on a daily basis, or at least I will try. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace. You know, just dying from my own recoil, and he ends up going on just Ambipom. This Ambipom is rather troublesome. Now, a lot of Ambipoms are troublesome.